Hello. Live stream time tonight. Hey, everybody. Hey, Kenneth O'Brien, Bogdan, Majin, Ruga is here as well. And Alexander. Hey, everybody, welcome to the stream. So, hey, Andrei. I managed to finally, after 2 years of staying safe, I managed to catch the dreaded disease. So I am a little bit, I don't want to say lower on energy because it's weird. It like comes and goes. Sometimes I'm like normal, and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm totally out of power and I need to go and lay down somewhere. So I'm not promising a super long stream. Oh no, I was drawing on the wrong layer. Okay. I'm not promising a super long stream, but it should be fun. I am somewhat alive, indeed. So some people were saying for the last stream that they would have loved to see some of my creatures that we had drawn out. Colored. Jesus. So I thought, why not do that and just color one of these little beasties. In the meantime, if anybody has another idea or if you have any questions, we can 100% pivot. Important thing is that we are having fun. Panic, yeah, as I said, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Smelling and tasting is still gone, which is weird because I never had this. I never had not being able to smell or taste, so I guess it's something new. So I wanted to adjust this fish guy a little bit because I like what we had here as a basis, but because I really enjoyed this, so I was coming up with an idea for it. My idea was that we have like sort of a down on his luck person guy who was trying to summon an eldritch god, but because he's sort of an unlucky character, the summoning sort of didn't go well, and he was summoning the god through a doorway, but then somehow the god got summoned somewhere deep in the ocean, and then the doorway deep in the ocean and the fish, which was at that point all got melded together. So now we have a fish hanging out of a magical doorway portal with the power of an eldritch god, but the brain of a fish, so it's not gonna use its powers ever. Same, I just got over COVID like 2 weeks ago, still no smell or taste. It takes all the fun out of food. Yeah, like I can't go out, and the girlfriend went out shopping and she wanted to buy like nice stuff to make me feel better, but like whatever she buys that's yummy, I can't really taste it, so it's sort of like wasted a little bit on me. But yeah, you say 2 weeks ago. I hope this doesn't last for 2 weeks, man. That sounds sad. I don't want to stay like this for 2 weeks. But hey, it wasn't that serious. I had a lot of coughing. Well, not so much actually. No, for me it was mostly the throat was hurting. And now it's only now, as I said, that I started developing this like losing energy. I was working today, and I had to excuse myself and leave a couple of meetings, or remote working from home, obviously, because I needed to lay down a little bit. I do like Jurassic Park, indeed. Dressed like a Batman, dressed like a squirrel man. I know I said we can talk about stuff. Not sure Batman dressed like a squirrel man is something I want to get into right now. It's just temperature and texture for food now, though. Yeah, I noticed that with some texture, it's like my brain wants to remember tastes, and at least that's nice. So that's interesting as well. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay. So what I saw here is the tentacles were too much. Might bring some back, but maybe not necessary. I do like the fish, but we don't need as many, fish heads. We don't need as many fish heads, so I'm just gonna take some of those away. And then we can sort of, oh yeah, and then I wanted to use a reference, of course, because I do enjoy references. And for that, so I have exactly something in mind. Ooh, just a second. Babe? Nothing, got it. I wanted to ask my girlfriend what this card game is called. It's called Flux, and there is Eldritch. It's not Eldritch, it's something else. Cthulhu, of course. Cthulhu, and I really love the art of this one. So let's go to images. Let's see. I'm just gonna do a couple of copy pastes here and just slam them in there. Let me see if I find. So it doesn't look that fantastic now, just here on screenshots like this, but for some reason in person this looks really awesome. I just need a little bit higher resolution images. Tools, size, large. I realize I should have prepared this before I started the stream, but okay, we're just gonna call this enough for now. What is yeah, we were watching Seinfeld. We were watching Seinfeld with a girlfriend, and they were looking for babka, and we were like, what is babka? So I immediately went for Google with that. Okay, so let's, as I said, let's add a couple of fish. We'll be fine. Thank you, AA. Let me move these a little bit. All right. I think I might need to do a little bit of nose blowing. Let me turn down the mic just for a second. All right, you guys did not need to hear that. You're welcome, Tamás Tóth. And then let's add the fish head here. And then maybe another fish head here. I do want some texture in the door. It's a new layer, so that is fine. We can work over our things. This should be a double line as well here. There we go. And let's cut it there. I want to give it some scales, so we should have some scales in here. And I would like to move on to coloring after this, because I think we sort of... you guys know me, I love my lines and I could do them forever. So I imagine him being somewhere stuck, halfway between its world and our world. I still want some. I know there were some cool blue fishy things. Flux deck. We have that one. Which one do we have here? Most of them we do. Not the penguin. This was a lower resolution. Let me copy it though. I do recommend this game though, if you guys have some extra time and want to do something. Okay, so we're just gonna use a bunch of this to copy and steal the colors. So for example, I like this book. So we're just gonna take a bunch of the bronze from there. Ooh, wrong layer? Oh yes, of course. Heh. Okay, there we go. Now we're on the right layer. So this is the less. It takes a bit longer filling these out with colors. So interestingly enough, I saw people commenting in the Sketchbook tutorial video when I fill these things out. So what I do usually is we have this, right? And now if I take away the lines, if you take your bucket tool and just click in here, you have this thing. And then I like to just go back to my brush and then go over it. And they say, why don't you just click it twice or another time with the bucket tool? Then it fills it in. And now it worked. Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is that when you have this, and if you do this sometimes, and you can see it now, the outside becomes also a little bit rougher. So this time it was quite okay, but sometimes especially in Photoshop, it becomes quite like without anti-aliasing, and that is just not something that I enjoy. So that's why usually I take the extra time and fill it in, but this time it seems to be working just fine. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna leave this as the door. Then behind the door we're gonna have his legs, which I want to be purple. I'm just gonna go with this blue now. We can change it out later. Alexander Robert, do you have any advice for a concept artist in search of a job? Ooh, I am not a concept artist. Well, I do concepts, but I don't necessarily work within the entertainment industry. That's a hard one. That is, I mean, I'm trying to give good advice. What I would say is just take any job outside of concept art as well, whatever fulfills you or gives you money at the moment, and in your free time you can still work on your portfolio and get better. Do a project for yourself that will put you out there. Look, the only good thing I can really say is, which is not necessarily a good thing at all, is that everything is about networking. Everything is about the people that you know, the friends that you have, people that might recommend you and recommend the stuff that you do. So yeah, it gets a bit weird like that. Like I have a website with my work on, with not my work on it, sorry. Like my website that I have is under construction ever since I started working. I just bought a web domain and I never really made a website. It's still like, I mean, it's like one of those Squarespace, Wix type of websites. And it's under construction and nobody will ever find me through there. Everybody finds me via. So if I once worked for somebody, they recommend me for somebody else, so on and so forth. So the best way I got jobs so far, actually almost the only way, so 90% of the jobs come through connections. So that's what I always say, industrial designers, students, because that's my background, do internships, get in touch with the industry that you want to work in, because if people see the way you work, people see that you are passionate about the stuff that you're doing, they will want to remember you for when you're done with your studies to start working for them. I could do all the fish green actually. And it's going to be turned into blue, I just realized, because I don't know why it would be green. Let me see. I'm just gonna take this blue, which is more of a teal. Then we lock the layer, make the brush quite big. There we go. I do not have a web. I was too lazy to finish it. I never got around it. And I don't know when I will get around it. Like my very comfortable and happy situation is that concept art, this sort of drawing, like all the YouTube stuff, I do for fun. I don't make money off of it. My job is absolutely different from what you guys see me do here. So that's why I'm not stressed. I just, when it comes to this sort of stuff. Let's take this purple and just fill the door. Got you. Yeah, I'm already working on a personal project for my portfolio, but I believe I ignored the networking part. Yeah, so see, that's actually a good thing to return there. Stuff like all sorts of, what are they? Conventions, comic conventions, concept art conventions. I don't know where you're living, but if you're European, you probably heard of the unicorn ones. There's playgrounds, and there's definitely a whole bunch more in the States as well, or wherever you are on the planet. There's some sort of concept art or some sort of convention like that. You just have to find them, and then you will find people there. When will we draw a starship fleet? Why do you want to draw a whole fleet? Like, I think it was supposed to be this Monday's video that I draw out one of the ships that people chose, but yeah, sickness took me away. Hey Manuel, welcome. So we will do that, just not just yet. All right, for now I can stop here. I feel like I'm gonna just lock all of these. Let's go to the wood. Oh, Manuel, don't worry about it, mate. You do your thing. You need to do your thing. It's meetings are important. So I'm quite timid right now with the door, but I'll go in with some stronger colors in a minute. I just want to start out a little bit calmer, and then I will go with a bit more saturation, like this stronger. We have a little bit of green in there as well. Why not a meeting watching Robert livestream? It's inspiring. Yeah, try and convince your American clientele to watch a weird sickness-filled guy across the pond. Sounds like a great idea, huh? Let's bring in a little bit of shadow darkness in here as well. I'll go over it again. I like this brush because it has like a built-in opacity, or like lighter opacity already. So if I have a steady pressure, it will just make it slightly nicely darker. And I feel like, based on the colors I have here, I could go a little bit redder as well. There we go, something like that. Just mix in a bit of the colors. It's always nice when you have, because we have some nice green tints in there. Why not have a little bit of this, let's see, even more red, why not? I haven't asked yet, do you watch the World Cup? I think we talked about this. Yeah, I usually do. This year I am a little bit conflicted with all the news that came out from how many people died just to construct the stadium and everything. So I don't feel that excited about it. So I'm curious if I will watch it or not. It's like, you know, you want to be you want to stick up to your values, and like, oh no, I'm not gonna. But then I am a weak human being. Let's see what happens. Let's watch a weird sick pale European instead of the work we have to do. That sounds like fun, does it not? Majinri, actually I don't understand what you're saying because my English is very bad, but I still enjoy watching. Trust me, you're not losing much there, buddy. You are really not losing a lot by not understanding what I'm saying. I had better days. Oh, what did I grab here? Is this darker than what we have? No, there we go. So there's a bit of light there. So what I could play with, I could bring in some. So let's say if there's a light hitting this, like this. and just brighten that up a bit. And of course I could make my brush a bit smaller and just bring this a little bit down to there, and then we can have a little fun with the same technique there. Make it even a bit brighter and just make sure to pop these edges out a bit more. I want to go a bit more towards yellow with this as well, and maybe a bit more yellowish and then darker. Yeah, there we go. That's where I want it to be with my color. And then here as well. So this is just a bunch of like painting. At one, sooner or later I'm gonna overpaint anyways. I might as well start now. Something like that. Does your shower water make your skin itch? No, it does not at all. I must say my shower water is actually quite nice. I'm a big fan of it. I feel like if that does it to you, it's you should talk to your authorities or somebody or your government. Shower water is not supposed to do that to you. Is the fish coming out of a shadow port? Okay, Manuel, okay, you missed this. So this is the thing that we drew last time. I don't know if you were here for the Monster Bash, but I think it was Kim or somebody who asked for, where is it? Here. So they asked for a door face guy, and I drew the door face guy, but then for some reason we combined it with a fish, but then I came up with a whole backstory for this. So listen, this is what happened. So we have this guy, this character, who is sort of a tragic guy. He's never lucky, his life is sad in general, so he decides that he's going to invoke the elder gods and is going to summon an eldritch ancient god. And he needed to use a portal, and the portal symbolically, of course, is a door. So he was sort of enchanting this god, bringing it into our universe. But he also put, like as we know from Constantine, you need some water to guide spirits through from one dimension to the other. But the water was not enough. So somehow a portal opened up from the Eldritch God's universe in the ocean through his door, and there was this fish called Roger, and then the fish melded together with the Eldritch God, together with the guy trying to invoke him, and with the door, the portal. And now the guy is gone. The Eldritch God is sort of gone, his powers are in the fish, but the fish is still just a stupid fish, so he can't really use or doesn't know what to do with the Eldritch God's powers. So now we just have this fish walking around in a door with a half-open portal, and then fish heads keep on falling out of there. So this is the story. It is a Cthulhu thing sort of thing, yes. It is. It is a shadowy portal, yeah, 100%. Yeah. So one of these nights when I was coughing and I couldn't swallow because it was hurting so much, I was thinking about, okay, so how would this make sense? And this is what I came up with. This is what you get sometimes when you're on the sick side. Okay, I want a bit more darkness there. Let me grab some water. Yeah, sort of a fever story indeed. What happened to your meeting, Manu? Don't miss it. Okay, let's throw some darks onto this fish. I'm just gonna take some green. I'm going to take some greens. Give me that water drinking ASMR. You get too excited about water drinking, my friend. Not sure I'm a big fan of that, or if I like that. Okay, let me see. So if we go selection, let's take this. I'm trying to map out what the shadow would be if the door casts a shadow on our friend here. Just join. What's the context of the drawing? Well, I just explained it, man. Jesus Christ, you couldn't have joined like 5 minutes earlier. All you needed was 5 minutes. I don't want to tell it again. If we have more people popping up and asking what the hell is going on, I will consider retelling the story again. Yeah, you can rewind. That is true. I forgot that that's an option. Oh man. Let me see what I could take this. Let me see. I want it a bit darker. Oh, here we can bring in quite a bit of this. There we go. And the lips have to be like, I think it's pretty clear, even though I don't know its name. I'm a little bit inspired by that Pokemon fish thing with the Pokemon fish mouth. Hey, Matze Bob. What is up, man? Got an instant flashback to Fonzie. What? Because of the A? Why am I drawing sushi? I am still mentally impaired, I guess. And this is the best I came up with. And the one challenge from the audience was draw Batman in a squirrel outfit. And I was like, you know what? Not today. Not today. Batman in a squirrel outfit might work any other night, but just today I'm not feeling that. Let's do that one. Let's brighten this up. Okay, let's go a bit brighter. Let's make our brush a bit smaller. And let's draw on top of it. Actually, there we go. Whew. Okay, back to our fish. Let's choose something here. Seems good enough. And now we can come a bit darker, take the other brush. Actually, it's worth making a selection in this case because I do not want to mess around too much. Can make the brush quite a bit bigger. And this can be a little bit darker as well. And I can do the opposite as well, so I make another selection, this time somewhere inside the eye. And I switch to like pure white. And then you can also play around with it and then try to erase it a bit out. But then we have a nice little shiny area there. What I can do now, brighten this up a little bit and then just play a little bit with maybe there's some sort of bulge around the eye that catches a bit of light. I see that I should bring some of this up there. Okay, we could have a darker, not too dark. Isn't the highlight on the right for the eye, seeing how you did the pupil? Oh yeah. Yeah, I need to fix the pupil because I built, like the light is coming from the other side. Okay, let me just add these darkens here. That's a good catch, thank you. I will fix that. So basically, what Reducci brought my attention to, in pupils, this little white spot is usually a reflection of the light source itself. So it doesn't really make sense to have that there. So if I would want that, and it should be according a little bit to that, but maybe I'm just gonna do it a bit less strong, something like that. And then it has a secondary something looking from the front. Still not the most correctest, but at least somewhat better. Let's bring some of the purple into, not gills, whatever these things are. Fish hands, shall call them fish hands. Yeah, it's funny that something like that immediately makes your drawing flatten out a little bit. So it's also something that people catch, and people, I mean myself as well, after you're sort of done with the drawing and you're like, I don't want to put in any more effort into it. Fins, of course it's called fins. But you know what? This also makes it a bit flat looking. Feels like to me that I didn't give it enough of a something like that. And here this is also too strong, like I need to wash this out a little bit. Yeah. So much color and fantasy. I have Borodente vibes. I like Borodente. He's a really fun guy. Well, these are the type of streams that I usually shy away from, just because color is so much not my forte and my strength. But reading that makes me feel very good, Mr. Matzebab, so thank you. I think, where did I steal this from? Because I took it from somewhere from here, I guess. I can take a bit more green. I think that's how we got here, right? Like in these folds you have more darkness, so we could play a little bit more with these type of colors, I guess. Let me put this into my hands way. He's a very bold guy. Yeah, he's indeed. Oh my god, my brain is so dead. I told the people in the chat before that I was working today and I had to excuse myself because it's just crazy to see how my brain can't really keep up with too much information in this slightly silly state of mind. Okay, let's make this a little bit thinner, the brush. Let's start having a bit of fun. Like, technically this is not correct because there's not really light hitting this, but I just want to emphasize that we have this poppy uppy areas here. Make it a bit bigger. Make it smaller again. Bring some of this in there. Okay, let's see if we can go a little bit even more drastic, at least here at the edges. I could go even brighter, feels to me. And we need even more color. I could bring some reds in there or something. Really annoying being just sick enough so that every time you start doing something you crash again. Horrible loop. Yeah, exactly, because I was excited yesterday. I was like, okay, finally I can start working again and doing stuff. And then you sit down, you start working, and then not too long in it, oh no, we're not there yet. We thought we would be there, but we are not. Let me see, can I steal? Let's get some red. That's what I wanted to get in there. That's proper red. Let's have some fun. See, that already gives it a little bit of life. Just touch it, lightly just touch it here and there. Yeah. Good night, Andre. Thanks for sticking by. It's great to see you draw anything other than mech. Well, in live stream, actually, you see me draw a lot of nonsense. How's your infection actually going? Heavily or slightly symptoms? Had 2 days heavy cold and joint pain, then just waiting for the stupid positive line for fade more and more. For me, it was like a proper hard bad flu. So from Friday, I started noticing the throat ache. Saturday, it went bad. Then it was worse and worse, and then Monday was still super bad. Then Tuesday, okay, starts to get better. Then yesterday I felt like, look, I think I can work, and it was like a light day. And then today, when I had to like actually crunch my brain a little bit and like work a bit harder, yeah, and I'm not there yet. And what I really don't like is for me the whole not smelling and not tasting thing like came in force. So that is not pleasant, not being able to taste and eat, because everything just tastes the same. That's a bit of a disappointment. Okay, I feel like we need sort of like a core shadowy something here. Okay guys, my day at work is over. I'll see you later. Have a safe trip home, bro. Oh. Can we push this more towards the blue a bit? It's too saturated. Now I need a bit less saturated, I guess. It's so funny, you think you need more saturation and then you add more saturation. It's like, oh no, That's really not what I needed. I have no clue how you're choosing different colors without seeing the color wheel. I have no idea how people can use the color wheel, is my reaction to that. But like, this is the color wheel, right? Like if I tap it, up there is the color wheel. But I much prefer... Oh great, open on a different screen, why don't you? I much prefer this. So because for me here it's very simple, right? You have saturation, desaturation, brightness and darkness. If you do that on a color wheel, well, this is good because at least this is the same square. But what I don't hate, Jesus speaking, when you have the color wheel with this triangle in it, and then I never know, like, when is it saturated, when is it bright enough? I hate the triangle. The triangle is the one that is killing me. Oh, yeah. So I do tap in here and then I choose there. Yeah, that's what you missed then. Jesus speaking, hello Jesus. Oh, the hang is so much better for me because it's so... But how? How? I don't have it in here. Okay, here. This probably has it. Let me open it. Of course, open a different screen as well, why don't you? Can go... Oh, this also... I changed it here. Oh, how nice. Oh, there we go. See? Okay, so let me pull this up. So I feel like here I don't control how saturated or desaturated it is. So I have brightness, darkness, and then saturation. But what if I want it a bit more saturated? And then that's why for me this like brightness, and then I can control the saturation much better in a square or a square-like thing. Oh, I pressed something. I did press something. There we go. That's unpressed. Yo, bro, go away. Come on, go away. Enough. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm watching, not listening. You had the nerve to get rid of the tentacles. My disappointment is unmeasurable. They might come back. Some those are still something that I'm contemplating. Tentacles. Tentacles are good, but it was a bit too much. So for now we're sticking with this. All right, guys. I think. Interesting song. There's a lot of reasons to why it's better. Mostly accuracy of the darks and saturation, on where square and others are just guesses rather than factual. Yeah, but I mean, I see that, but then you're in a digital realm where you can do much more stuff. You don't have to stick what just exists in reality, and I would like to go with that. But yeah, I see what you say there. I mean, I just wanted to say that, hey, I think I'm going away. This was enough for me now, but this song sort of energized me. I still don't think I will stick around for too long, but still, I like this quite a bit. What we could do is go for a darker thing there. Okay. I love weird songs like this. This is just really doing it for me. Okay, it was short. So I can still F off. Okay. So when I want to go away, that's all the good, when the good songs pop up. Okay, all right, I'll remember this. Make this a bit smaller. So can I play with this one around? My expectation would be that there's more wear and tear sort of area where you have your knees. If you don't stick with what's not reality, you're removing a lot of color harmony rules, although it depends on goal. Yeah, fair enough. Have you ever tried heavy paint? But yeah, he did. Oh, I did not try the numerical thing. I worked when you could pick the colors, or not pick the colors, but you had to choose the colors. The numerical thing is a bit too hardcore. Whenever I feel like torturing myself a little bit, I do a little bit of heavy paint on the iPad, yeah. On Photoshop, how much resolution you draw on? I do usually 3 times 180p at 300 dpi. That's but this is, I think this is not so big, right? This is the same actually, yeah. 3 times 180p at 300 dpi should be the same. Okay, that's it. I will call it tonight because my brain is drifting. I will finish this at one point. It's fun. I haven't painted in ages, and this brings quite a bit of joy. Okay, thank you everybody for joining this snot-filled semi-sick stream. Sick, not in a good connotation. And yeah, hopefully see you next week, same time for another live stream. Bye bye everybody.